Decimals, rounding. If you struggle with the concept of decimals, you could try thinking of them as pounds and pence. For example, you could think of 2.5 as £2 and 50 pence. You could think of 2.05 as £2 and 5 pence, 0.4 as 40 pence, 0.04 as 4 pence, and 60.1 as £60 and 10 pence. When rounding, if the digit after the cut-off point is less than 5, remove that digit and all trailing digits. For example, 8.64246 to 2 decimal places, written as 2dp, would be 8.64. I'll show you why. So we're asked for 2 decimal places, so go to your decimal point. 1, 2 places to the right, there's the cut-off point. Now this number is 2, so because it's less than 5, this remains the same. So the answer to 2 decimal places would be 8.64. Okay? If the digit after the cut-off point is 5 or more, the digit to the left of the cut-off point will increase by 1. For example, 6.97531 to 2 decimal places, 2dp, would be written as 6.98. So again, we go to our decimal point, 2 places to the right, 1, 2, there's the cut-off point, and because this number is 5, we need to carry 1 over to the left. So the answer is 6.98. Now let's move on to something just slightly more tricky. I'm going to show you what happens when the number 9 precedes the cut-off point. Okay? So as you can see, we have 9.959 to 1 decimal place. So we're being asked to shorten this to 1 decimal place, or round it off in better terms. So again, go to your decimal point, 1 place to the right, there's a cut-off point. Now, because this number is 5, we need to carry one over to this digit. However, when this digit increases by 1, obviously 9 plus 1 is 10, you can't just squeeze a 1 and a 0 in here. Okay, what happens is you need to carry the 1. So the 1 from this 5 goes over here initially, but because it was a 9, it now needs to go over here instead. So if we get rid of that 1 there. So this now becomes 0, and this becomes, yes, you've guessed it, 10. Okay, so we're left with 10.0, or more accurately, you could just say 10. Okay. Now let's round 9.994 to 2 decimal places. Again, go to your decimal point, 1, 2 to the right, there's your cut-off point. Now because this number is a 4, it's obviously less than 5, this stays the same. So we just get rid of the 4, just disregard the 4, and the answer to 2 decimal places is 9.99. Again, slightly more tricky, we are now going to round 9.995 to 2 decimal places. So let's go to the decimal point, 1, 2 to the right, there's your cut-off point. Now this number is a 5, so you know now we're going to need to carry 1 over to here. Now as you can see, that's a 9. So 9 plus 1 is 10, isn't it? We can't squeeze a 10 in here, so we carry 1 over to this 9. However, when you add 1 to this 9, this becomes 10. So what we need to do is the 1 finally carries over to here. We're going to just rub these out. Okay. These are going to become 0. And this is going to become 10. Okay. So now we have 10.00. You can get rid of that 5. You can even get rid of the zeros, actually. I just left those in for presentation purposes just to explain it more clearly. So the answer is 10.00 or just 10.